Now that we have covered business units, we move to security roles in Dataverse. So first, what exactly are security roles? So a security role in Dataverse is a collection of privileges that define a user's access level. So in simple terms, you can think of it as a rule book that tells Dataverse what a user can and cannot do. Um, and this, I guess, this privileges you can think of them as creating, reading, writing, and deleting data. So basically all the classic CRUD operations. For example, a system administrator security role can basically access everything in Power Platform. An environment maker can build apps, flows, but not necessarily access all data. And a basic user might only read or edit records that are assigned to them. There are three layers of security in Dataverse roles. There is privilege. Basically, that's the type of actions that you can do, like create, read, write, delete, assign, append to. And then there's access level. So access level defines or where the action applies. So does it apply on a user level, on a business unit level, on a parent to child level, or on an organization level? And then you have the scope of access, which defines how far a user's privilege extend to. So if we look at it here, we can come to our setting and then go to users and permissions. You can go to the security roles, and then you will see here that all the out of the box security roles that come here. So depending on what kind of what version you have, whether you have dynamics as well, the security roles might differ a bit, but you will have all the out of the box security stuff. For example, you have system administrator here. And because the out of the box security role will not always meet your needs, what you can do is create a custom security role. And to do that, basically, you just have to look for something that is very close to what you're trying to make. And you can copy that. So for example, I have basic user here. I can click on that, copy it. And what that will do is it will copy all the security roles in there and then paste it into a new one. Let's say I make a sales manager security role. It will copy it into that one. And all you have to do is say copy, click copy, and it will create a new one with all the security privileges. I have already made one. So I have made Raytech marketing. This is right here, marketing manager. And basically, this is a very simple security role just for us to see. It's just a very simple one. I'll show you all the tables here. I've only made changes to two tables, which is the custom tables that we created. So if I just say expense here, you have expense item table and expense request table. So basically what I'm going to do is, as you can see here, for expense item, I have enabled the ability to create on a user level. When I was saying that there is the privileges, which are here, the create, read, write, delete, append to, and assign. So I'll leave that as a user level. App to delete, append, basically append and append to, or assign, I will say none. So you wouldn't be able to assign any of those records to anyone else. And here you have for expense request, you can create your own record. You can read, or basic read means to access. You can access your own record. You can write, edit, write just to edit. But to delete, I have made it to none. And this is the access level. Basically, you can make it to a user level, parent child business unit level, organization level, business unit, or none. So for delete, I have made it to a user level in expense item. So you will be able to delete. For expense request, however, I have made it to none. So any record on expense request, you can create your own one, but you shouldn't be able to delete it. And I'll show you what that looks like. Yeah, so if I go to my application here, expense management app, and I am logged as myself here, I have all the security privileges to do anything basically here. But if I click on expense item and I click on this one, I can delete it. I can go here and delete it from here. And if I go to expense request, I can click on this and delete it as well. And I can click here and assign it if I want to assign it. basically what I have done for the marketing, the RayTech marketing security role, however, is that you shouldn't be able to assign. You should only be able to delete an expense item, but not an expense request. And to do that, I'll show you by logging into a different account. But before you sign in into a different account, first you need to have a user within your application. In the last previously, I showed you how to create different users. So basically, what you'll need to do is come to your applications here, click on these three dots, and then say share, and then you'll have your application here. You click on it, and then you just choose the security role that you want to share. I have already picked Ray Marketing Manager, the one that I created. That's a security role that I'm associating with the application. And then once you click on that, this share button will light up and just say share. I've already done that, so I don't need to do it again. And then after you do that, then you need to share it with a user. So you click here, you search for the name, for example, James Bond. You click on James Bond, you click on James Bond, and then you can click here and assign the security role that you have created as well, which is, for me, it's RayTech Marketing Manager. I have assigned that, and then you say share. I don't really need to do it again because I've already done it, but that's just basically how you share an app and then assign the security roles. So I'll say discard. What I'm going to do now is I am going to log in from a different account. Yeah, so as you can see, this is I have logged into my environment with my James Bond account. And the first thing you want to do is you want to go to application, and you see no apps here, but you need to click on apps shared with me. And I have the expense management app. And you just click on play. And if I go to expense, as you can see, it's still logged in differently. I just need to refresh. Yeah, so I'm just signing back in now. As you can see, I don't have any of the, this is one that I created earlier, but I don't have any of the other records that were here because this records only belong to a different account. It belongs to Musiga, but I'm logging here as James Bond. So basically, what should I be able to do here? I should be able to create, as you can see here, there's new, which is to create a new one. So I could say travel, and I'll just create that, save and close. And I should also be able to delete it. So if I click in here, as you can see the delete button here, and I can delete it. But what you don't see is the assign button. And that's because on the security role, when we created it, we said that you shouldn't be able to assign any records. So I will delete this one. And then I'll move to expense request. If I go to expense request, there's a record here that was created earlier, but I can create one. I could say travel. I'll say save and close. But as you can see, there is no delete button here. I am unable to delete it, and that's because I do not have the delete privilege. And I'm also not able to assign it, and that's because I don't have the assign privilege. And those privileges are, when you create a security role, you choose those privileges for any table that you want. So if I go to accounts table here, I can, as you can see, I have the delete button here. I can delete any account that I want. And if I click on here, I can also assign it, because the privilege that we created before, we only clicked on the expense item and expense request. We didn't modify contact or accounts. So the account and contact, everything still remains as a basic user, which means that we are able to delete our records, create records, and also assign a record. So I can assign it to someone else. So basically, that's what on a I guess an overview of security role, that's what it looks like. This is something that takes actually considerable amount of time, because you have to be very careful in protecting your data and also in assigning privileges to users, because you need to know what you actually want the user to access and what operation you want them to do.